Could this be the end for Justin Trudeau? Who could replace him as Canada's next PM? Canadian politics is buzzing with rumors and speculation. Some members of Parliament are reportedly urging Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to step down, citing a combination of political fatigue, controversies, and declining support in the polls. So, what would happen if Trudeau were to resign? And more importantly, who could replace him as Canada's next Prime Minister? Justin Trudeau has been Prime Minister since 2015, bringing with him a progressive agenda focused on diversity, climate action, and social equity. He led the Liberals to 3 election victories, but recent challenges have sparked criticism even within his own party. Despite his achievements, Trudeau's leadership has faced backlash over issues like the handling of inflation, housing affordability, and recent foreign policy controversies. This has led to some within the Liberal Party and beyond to question whether it's time for new leadership. Now, let's take a look at the growing calls for Trudeau's resignation. Some Liberal MPs believe that a leadership change could be beneficial for the party, giving them a fresh face to rally around before the next election. Though Trudeau himself has not commented on the possibility of stepping down, these murmurs are starting to gain traction. So, if Trudeau were to step down, who would be in line to succeed him? Let's dive into the potential candidates and examine what each brings to the table. First up is Chrystia Freeland. Serving as both Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Freeland is one of the most prominent and respected figures in Canadian politics. Known for her extensive experience on both domestic and international fronts, she's handled everything from trade negotiations to pandemic relief and the federal budget. Freeland has shown loyalty to Trudeau, but she's also been careful to build her own brand of pragmatism and diplomacy. If Trudeau steps down, she'd be a natural successor to continue the Liberal Party's vision with a focus on economic stability. Next, we have Pierre Poilievre from the Conservative Party, currently the leader of the opposition. Poilievre has become known for his fierce critiques of Trudeau's policies, particularly around spending, inflation, and Canada's economic future. Poilievre has gained popularity among voters looking for a more fiscally conservative and traditional leadership style. If Trudeau's resignation triggers an election, Poilievre could potentially lead the Conservatives to victory. Aiming to shift the country's direction, another Liberal candidate to watch is François-Philippe Champagne, currently the Minister of Innovation, Science, and Industry. Champagne has a reputation for being relatable and business-minded, and he's well-liked within the party. With a focus on economic growth and innovation, Champagne could appeal to Canadians eager for practical solutions to the country's economic issues while still aligning with Liberal values. Although from a different party, Jagmeet Singh, leader of the New Democratic Party, NDP, is worth mentioning as he could play a major role in Canada's next political chapter. Singh's popularity has grown in recent years, especially among younger and progressive voters. With the Liberals and NDP often aligning on key issues, Singh could be a prominent voice, or even a coalition partner, if the political landscape changes. While an NDP government is a long shot, Singh's influence in Canadian politics cannot be underestimated, especially if the Liberals are open to collaboration. Let's talk about how Trudeau's resignation could play out. If he decides to step down before the end of his term, the Liberal Party would likely hold a leadership convention to select a new leader. Chrystia Freeland would be a top choice, but other potential candidates could emerge, depending on the party's priorities. Alternatively, if Trudeau's resignation leads to a federal election, we'd see a direct showdown between Liberal and Conservative candidates, likely Freeland or Champagne for the Liberals, and Poilievre for the Conservatives. The outcome would depend heavily on the issues prioritized by voters at that time. So, what do Canadians think? Recent polls show mixed feelings. Some believe it's time for Trudeau to step aside, while others appreciate his experience and leadership through turbulent times. Trudeau himself has not indicated any intention to resign, and with his strong base of supporters, he may choose to lead the Liberals into the next election. But if the internal pressures and calls for new leadership continue, his path forward could change. Canada could be on the brink of a major political shift. Will Trudeau weather the storm, or will one of these candidates rise to take his place? What do you think? Should Trudeau step down, And if so, who would you like to see lead Canada next? Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments who you think should be Canada's next Prime Minister.